let's start with a couple sun salutations this morning. Keeping really into this today. Let's go arms all the way up to the side and up. We'll take a couple just up and down. And exhale, arms back down. Inhale and reach up. And exhale, back down. Go one more time like that and then we'll fold. Inhale and reach up. And then exhale, come down, we'll bend the knees, hinge at the hips, and reach down. Kitty is all about hanging this. Got a lot to say, as always. Inhale and come up halfway, arms out to the side, belly button up and in. Good, head in line with your spine, and then exhale, reach back down through your toes. And then the inhale, come all the way up and feel those hamstrings today. Ooh. And then let's side bend, we'll go to the right. Center, side bend to the left. Okay, remember when you side bend, you want top shoulder rolled back, belly button up and in. So lean. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Cactus to the arms. Lift your chest up. And inhale and reach up. Let's do it all again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway, taking your arms up to the side if you're flying. And then this time, let's plant your hands and step back to high plank. We'll hold our plank here for just a moment. Remember, you can always drop to knees. Wherever you are, you're pressing the ground away. You're puffing up to the upper back. Belly button's pulled up and in. Get one more breath in. On the exhale, drop to your knees and then lower. Again, belly. Good. Then we'll inhale and lift up. For a little cobra, we're going to do 3 of these. We'll inhale, heel, head and chest up. Tops of the feet down, knees up, elbows in. Exhale and lower. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lower. One more time. Inhale and heel up. Remember, it's more about length than it is about lift. So we're going to keep reaching your crown of your head forward. And then exhale, lower. Good. And then we'll come back through tabletop to downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips up. And then bend one knee and then the other. Shake out. Make sure your fingers are spread really wide when you're down dog. You can lift up your palms and spread your fingers and send them back down. And then next inhale, gaze forward, and then exhale, walk up. Go down your mat. And then inhale, halfway lift. Out, good. Exhale and hold. Inhale and come all the way up. Arms up to the side. Exhale for side bend. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, side bend to the other side. Up. And then exhale, a little back bend. Chest lift, shoulders squeeze. Ooh, good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Adding on as always. Inhale, halfway. And then exhale to plant your hands. Step back to high. Back the ground away. You're gonna clear it for a cat. Take another breath in, and then with your exhale, lower to your knees, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Take our side twist cobras here. So do the first one to center. So inhale and pull up to center. And then exhale and lower. And then this one will look over right shoulder. So inhale, peel up and gently gaze to the right as you lift. And exhale and lower. And then inhale, pull up, gently gaze to the left. And exhale, lower. Good. Pausing in a tabletop next. So round up to tabletop. Take a couple of cat cows. We'll inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. Okay, keep pressing the ground away. And then exhale and round. I'm gonna do that again. Inhale, drop and gaze, pressing the ground away, letting the chest fall, and then exhale and round. Okay, and then walk your hands about a handprint forward. Curl your toes under, lift back up to downward facing dog. Bottoms up, as my teacher likes to say. Shake your head out a couple of times, just so you know. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk it up. Forward fold at the top of the mat. And then inhale up halfway for that halfway lift. Exhale and fold, reach for your toes. And then inhale, stand all the way up. Arms high overhead. Exhale to side bend. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, bend the opposite direction. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, here's back bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale up halfway. And then exhale, plant your hands. Step back. Good. Hold it here. Press the ground away. Belly button up and in. Head up in line with the spine, so the back of your head is pressing to the ceiling. Good. Breathe in. And then exhale, lower to knees. Lower all the way down. We'll take that same one to center, one to each side. So inhale, peel up to center for low cobra. Remember, your gaze is really neutral. Exhale and lower. Inhale, peel up. We'll gaze to the right. Just gently, nothing's forced. Exhale and lower. And then inhale, lift up to the left. And exhale, lower. Good. From here, we'll come up tabletop. Take a quick cat-cow. We'll press the ground away. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze forward. See if you can really let the thoracic, like your heart, fall a little closer to the ground. And then exhale and round. Good. Back to tabletop. Listen here. You kick right leg straight up. A bird dog. Good. Make sure right hip rolls down inside of the left. And left arm reaches forward. Good. Remember, you can always make a fist with right hand if that's too much for the flexion for the wrist. Belly buttons up and in, pressing the ground away. Again, lifting right leg up in line with the hip if you can, but not higher. Take another breath in. And then exhale, gently set it back down. Sway a little bit, side to side. Then we'll go other side. The left leg takes back. Just in line with the hip. Make sure left hip rolls down. And then right arm reaches forward. Good. Head in line with the spine, belly buttons up and in, shoulders engaged. Left leg lifts in line with your hip. Use your hamstrings to get it. Good, but just keep it in line with the hips. We don't add extra rounding to the lower back. Good, here for 3, 2, 1. Set it down, shake it up. Awesome. Good, and then listen, handprints forward. We'll come to downward facing dog again. Hips up, heels down. Good. Take a big breath in. Little different, exhale back to high plank. And then instead of walking forward, we're gonna walk your hands to the back of the mat. And forward fold. Up. And then we'll inhale up halfway, arms out. Exhale to fold. Inhale, stand all the way back up. Good, here's our side bend. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale to the other side. Good, big, long leap. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, here's back bend. Chest up, squeeze the shoulders. Ooh. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale up halfway. Good, a little different here. We're at the back of the mat. So your exhale, lower down to forward fold and then walk your hands out. Good, squeeze the belly, squeeze the shoulders. Awesome. All right, hold it here. And then if you can, tap out. So let's take right leg straight up to the side, tap, and then step it back. And then left leg up to the side, tap, and then step it back. So pushing the ground away the whole time. Good, one more each side. Tap out, and in, tap out, and in. Good, and then lower to your knees, lower all the way to your belly. 3 cobras, inhale, center. Exhale to lower. Inhale, center, gaze over right. Exhale to lower. Inhale, center, gaze over left. Exhale to lower. Good, back to tabletop. Good, quick cat-cow, inhale to drop the gaze. Like our heart's working towards the ground here. Exhale around. Good, and then back to neutral spine, right leg kicks back. Left arm reaches forward. Good, so option to stay right here or open up to weather vane. So right leg to the right, left arm to the left. And then make sure right heel stays lifted. And then here, option to take a little pulse with the right heel. Good, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, back to center in 3, 2, 1, back to center, reach, and set it down. Good, shake it out. Here we go, other side. Remember that fist is always available for the bottom hand. So we'll go left leg, right arm. Good, belly button up and in. Head in line with the spine. Breathe in. On your exhale, open up to weather vane. Good, left heel lifts, left heel pulses. Awesome, keep pressing the ground away with left hand. Good, for 6, 5, 4, 3, center in 2, 1, back to center, reach, and set it down, shake it up. Good, back to neutral spine, tabletop. We'll walk the handprint forward, curl your toes under, here's down, back again. Hips up, heels down. Good, let's bend right knee, press left heel down into the mat. You're really feeling left calf. Good, breathe in. Exhale. And then change, right heel down, left knee bends. Woo. Keep pressing the ground away. Then you're externally rotating through the arms to the shoulders. Breathe in. And exhale. Nice. And then back to down dog. Woo. Good. Breathe in. And then walk your hands back again. So we're walking back to forward fold. Awesome. Inhale, lift up halfway, arms out. Exhale and fold. Nice. Now stay here for a sec. Take your hands behind your lower back. Interlace your fingers and press them up towards the ceiling. Shake your head out a few times. Yes and no. Good. Gently release your hands. Inhale to rise all the way up. Hands overhead. Come to our side bend to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, here's back bend. Good. Inhale, reach up. One more time, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, walk out to the top of your mat for high plank. If belly button pulls up and in, round presses away really strong through the spine. And then tap it out. Right leg taps out to the side and left leg to the side. And keep going. Keep pressing the ground away. Remember, you can always take this. Okay, 2 more each side. Tap and tap. Last one, tap and tap. Okay, lower the knees. Lower all the way down. Woo! Inhale up. Low cobra to center. Exhale, let it go. Inhale up, gaze to the right. Little to no weight in your hands. Exhale, lower. Elbows squeeze in. Inhale, lift left. Exhale, lower. And inhale, rise up. Tabletop. Good. Cat cow. Inhale to drop and gaze. Exhale to round. Good. Neutral spine, little different on this side. We'll go fire hydrants. We'll go left leg first, just for funsies. We're going to take your knee, bend, and lift it up to the side. It's called fire hydrants because it's got a really visual. Woo, so we're lifted and lower. Good, feeling your glutes, outside of the hip, stabilizers. Keep pressing the ground away so shoulders stay engaged, head in line with the spine. Oh, please do that like that. One wasn't enough today. Ooh, we got 3 more. 2. And 1, good. All right, shake it out a little bit. Nice, doing great, you guys. All right, right leg. Ready, go set it up first. Ground away, head in line with the spine. On the inhale, lift right knee up and lower. Good. So try not to lean off to the left. So your left hip kind of stays over the knee, which means for some of you, myself included, you might be a little bit more limited in the range of motion. That's fine. We want to keep the strengthening in the right hip instead of just giving it all to the left here. Good. You might feel these ones tomorrow. Good. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Back to neutral spine, tabletop. Ooh, hand print forward, downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hands. Shake it up. And this time, let's walk toes together at the back of your mat. On your inhale, right leg up, bend your knee, and then let your heel come towards the opposite glute. You're leaning, stacking the hip. Left heel still presses down, right? So you still get that big calf stretch. And then circle your ankle a few times. Good, and then release it back down. Toes touch. Inhale, left leg up, bend your knee, stack your hips. Work left heel towards the right glute. Right heel presses down to the ground. Good. Feel your shoulders, right? Still pressing the ground away. They're engaged. They're working. Circle through the left ankle. Okay. Left leg comes back down. Good. Feet back, hip width. Walk your hands back to forward fold. Awesome. So good. Inhale up halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands overhead. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, back bend. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. And then just walking out to tabletop. So walk out a little bit less. Strap your knees. And then we're gonna take your knees together and then cross right knee over left. So like I'm crossing my legs if I was sitting in a chair. And then heels are apart. And just let your hips fall between your heels. Whew. There's your stretch for fire hydrants. Hopefully you're feeling that. Wow. Yeah, right? Okay, this is shoelace. So if you want to add shoulders, we go opposite. So right arm goes underneath the left. We can do eagle arms. So you can either stay here and grab on the shoulders if you can. You'll take your palms together to touch. So we're just wound all up. Okay, so my favorite thing to do with this is to pull my elbows into my chest and then give it a good lean forward. So I'm feeling my shoulder blades separate, but I'm also feeling into the outsides of my hips.
Is your knee all the way down?
My right knee?
Yeah.
Mine is, but yours might not be, which is okay. That looks fine to me, Penny.
Okay. It feels good.
Okay, good. Yeah, as long as the knees feel fine. You can always put something underneath the bottom knee if you're not touching the ground.
Yeah, I can't reach anything right now. I think I'm okay.
I'm in a ball, so. Ooh. You can move your head around a little bit. I like to go right ear to right shoulder in this one. So get a nice stretch on the left side. Right, whichever arm is on top, that's the one that's mostly getting the stretch, but it'll also go up the top of your shoulder, kind of like around the traps, and then up into the neck. Okay, let's gently release the arms. We'll take a couple of circles here. And then we'll slowly come back onto the knees. And cross the legs, shake it out a little bit. Good. And then knees together, left one crosses over right this time. Left arm goes underneath the right this time. So cross the elbows, palms touch. Ooh. And then you can stay, or maybe you kind of pull the elbows in and lean forward. Nice easy breath. Maybe you go left ear to left shoulder this time. All right, and then we'll come back to center and unravel the arms. Give them a good roll out. And then we'll slowly come back into the knees. Shake it out. Woo. And grab a quick sip of water. How are we doing?
That was so good.
Woo. Right. You guys got your straps handy? Or something? Strap, towel, belt. before we dive into this bound up cobra, so we did a bunch of cobras, right? So we've got like the lift ready to go. Let's open up a little bit more through the shoulders. So just find however you like to sit. You could be cross-legged or on your heels or whatever, doesn't matter. Take arms out, palms to shoulders, and then find some small to big circles. So we'll start small and just gonna gradually get bigger and bigger. Good, so what we're trying to do here is find a big range of motion, lubricating through the different ways the shoulders can move. But pay special attention to when you're like this, right? Where the elbows are back and the shoulders are open. So that's where we're going. Then make sure core stays engaged. The tendency here will be to find a really big rounded back. Try not to do that. And then reverse, go big to small. So go big in the opposite direction. Good. And then just get a little bit smaller and smaller. And give it a little shake. Good. And then for the next one, I find it's easiest if you sit on your knees. We're gonna come into arrow pose. This is a gravity yoga pose. We won't hold it as long as we do with gravity. You want to take a little bit of strap between your hands, roll your shoulders back, and bring your palms towards one another. And then keep your head over your spine. The tendency here will be to lean forward, resist it, push into the path less traveled. You got it, yeah, that's okay. Good, so think chest open, shoulder blades squeeze together. Maybe head falls back, right? So if you're feeling good in your neck, you want to go straight back and then lower it back and look up towards the ceiling. If that doesn't feel good, just keep a neutral head or neutral neck rather. Good, belly button slipping in. Feel our ankles. So this is essentially the upper body we're going to be looking for. In that photo, we actually also lift up the legs. So let's let this go. Keep this handy. We're going to come back down onto your belly. Let's find it there. Okay. Come out of your belly. Then we're going to start with lifting the legs. So if you're in cobra, so elbows squeeze in and underneath the shoulders. And instead of lifting upper body, lift your lower body. So squeeze your legs together, point your toes, and then inhale and lift your feet off the mat. This can be very challenging. It uses a lot of lower back strength and glute strength. But be kind to yourself, right? Let's see if you can get up a little bit off the ground. Good, take another breath in. And then your exhale, just kind of let it go. Maybe bend the knees, let the feet go side to side a few times. Usually I feel my hamstrings and my lower back in that one. We're gonna build on that a bit. So this time, take your arms straight out in front of you. And then we're gonna lift opposite arm and leg. So this is a little bit more like brain than it is physical, so just go nice and slow. We'll lift right arm and left leg off the mat, and then exhale and lower. And then go inhale, left arm, right leg, exhale and lower. Good, a couple more like that. So inhale, right arm and left leg, exhale and lower. Inhale, left arm, right leg, exhale, lower. Good, one more time on each side. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale and lower. Good. Nice. And let's come to Sphinx. So Sphinx pose, you'll bend your elbows and put them on the ground. So kind of like Cobra, but chest is lifted. And then palms press down. Good. So elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and sort of like when you're doing a cow pose, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together and press your chest through. So you're really working on creating that thoracic spine extension. And then watch the positioning of your head. So you want it to be, maybe your gaze is slightly to the ground, so like 2 or 3 feet in front of you. And that keeps your head in a nice neutral position. Good. So you're breathing. You're trying to feel the extension through the lower back and the middle back. You'll probably feel a little bit of core stretching. Like this is usually a nice stretch to do after you do crunches or sit-ups. You'll feel the stretch in the front and the back of the core. And what we're working on is this thoracic lift and extension. Okay, take another breath in. And then on your exhale, let's come to child's pose to stretch it out. So knees apart, toes touch, hips to heels, reach forward. Get out. Let's keep child's pose like this. You get thread the needle. So go left arm underneath the chest, reaching towards the right, coming under the left shoulder. And then take right arm and reach it way forward. We'll gently switch, right hand comes in, left arm comes out, and then right hand goes underneath the chest, rolling out of the right shoulder, left arm reaches way forward. Slow breaths, breathing in, breathing out. Good. Right hand comes back forward. We'll take another deep child's pose. Maybe wiggle your knees a little farther apart. And then hips to heels, hands reach forward. All right, and then we'll push forward, coming to tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. We're looking for that thoracic extension. So pressing the ground away, chest lifts, head's in a neutral position. And then exhale and round. So that one more time, really pay attention to trying to drop your chest, gaze forward slightly, and press the ground away. Exhale and round. And then we'll come back under your belly. All right, so hopefully got kind of everything warmed up, woken up. So here's where we'll take this strap. I'm gonna get up for 1 second so I can show you how we're gonna do this. So there's a couple of ways to kind of wrap yourself up in this strap. The easiest way is just to take that kind of arrow variation here, a little bit apart on the strap, and then just roll the shoulders together. So you can that's probably the best way to do it, I would recommend. If you've got a strap with a D-ring, which I think neither of you do, so I'm not going to show you this, but what you can do is also make a circle with the strap and kind of bring it around the hands as well. It's a little bit.
What about one of my rings?
Oh, there you go. So you could put, here, let me grab one. I can show you how to do that. Okay, so you've got one of these.
Yeah.
You do same thing. You'll go hands in, and then grab on, and then roll together. So you'll have a little give, so you might have to kind of inch in if you feel like you need less room. You know,
This one's the strong one, so there's not much.
All right, so whatever you got, we're gonna take that upper body position on your belly. The feet still about hip width, and then strap or bands, whatever you got. We'll start here. So taking the band behind your lower back. Okay, now this is key. Belly button still needs to pull up and in. Then start by rolling your shoulder blades together and then externally rotating through your upper arms. Grab onto your strap and like reach it backwards as if you're trying to reach toward your toes. Good. And then from there, your hands might lift a little bit. Most people won't have a lot of give here. And then you'll lift your toes up. Good. And then head kind of stays in a neutral position. You might gaze an inch or 2, 3 forward, but not all the way forward. That's it. Good. Let's take a couple of rounds. So breathe in one more time. Exhale, let it go. We'll drop the strap, bend your knees, feet side to side. So maybe you roll a little bit through the shoulders. All right, and then we're gonna come back in. So legs back, grab the strap. Good, so we'll start by squeezing the shoulder blades together, externally rotating through the arms. Maybe if you've stretched a bit, you can work the hands slightly closer. And then reach towards your toes. It's gonna lift upper body up as if you're in cobra, right? And then lift the legs. And maybe the hands float as you reach back in a full extension. Belly button open in. Good, take another breath in. On the exhale, let it go. Set the strap down. Bend your knees, let your feet go side to side. All right. So this is like so much lower back, mid back. If you guys are sore in those spots tomorrow, child's pose or like a gentle camel back bend. So really good. Let's press back to child's pose now. The next inhale, walking upper body up. Make your way onto your butt. So if you come to tabletop, knees to one side, legs forward. Let's take a big straddle pose here. So legs apart, maybe a little height underneath your hips. Or you can always just roll up the back of your yoga mat. Might give you just a little bit of height so the hips can kind of fall forward. Right? Remember, you're like a bowl of soup and you're just trying to pour a little soup out of the front part of your bowl of your pelvis. And then reach forward, lean into it. It's definitely getting inner thighs, but hopefully also a little lower back. This should be good after that. Relax through your toesies. Relax your gaze. Inhale, let's lift upper body up. Bend your left knee. So your left knee comes to the right inner thigh. Turn towards the right leg. Keep your arms overhead, make a little basket with your hands, just releasing your fingers. Bend your right knee a little bit, reach up tall, breathe in. And then on the exhale, you're gonna reach for your toes. So you might need to bend your knee a lot. You might be able to straighten it a bit. It's all good wherever you are. Rotate left shoulder down. And then working your forehead towards the knee. Doesn't matter if it touches or not, you're just kind of letting it go in that direction. And then keep breathing. Okay, continuing to roll the left shoulder down, stretching through the back of the right leg. And then let's just change this up just a little bit. Take left hand to the outside of the right foot. So you went from here to the outside of the right foot. And then you're gently twisting slightly more to the right. So left shoulder keeps rotating down, right hand walks slightly away from you to help support that gentle twist. The head's in a nice neutral position. Maybe you're feeling a little extra stretch to the left side of your lower back. That's what we're going for. Gently release your foot. Come up into a little goddess back bend. I love this. So take your hand, your left hand behind the left hip. Let your mat go. We're going to roll onto your left knee and then press your hips up towards the ceiling and reach your right arm back overhead. It looks like a wild thing. Yeah, exactly. So hips are pressing up, belly button's pulled up and in, and then right arm just reaches way backwards. Good, take another breath in. And then on the exhale, gently lower your hips back down. And then we'll change sides. Right leg comes in, left leg comes out, readjusting. Making that little basket again with your hands. Maybe the opposite hand comes on top this time. Arms up high, bend left knee, turn towards the left, and then reach forward for your foot. Exactly, you got it. Chin to chest, forehead towards the knee. Just settle in, breathing into the hamstrings and the lower back. Rotating right shoulder down. The right hand to the inside of the outside rather of the left foot. So you went from the outside or the inside to the outside. You're on the outside of the foot. And then left hand over here is just gonna kind of find its way to support you on the ground as you gently encourage the twist, right? Really gentle. Try to find as straight of a spine as you can. So maybe a little bit less rounding, a little bit more chest lifted, using your chest to push forward rather than forehead to knee as you gently twist. And that nice big back bend here. So right hand will come to the outside of the right hip on the ground. Coming onto the right knee. Hips press up. Left arm reaches way up and overhead. Beautiful, you guys. Take another breath in. And on the exhale, gently lower back down. We'll take both legs forward. Arms up, big breath in. And then exhale to reach for your toes. So let's take this into more of a leg stretch. Just take your two like peace fingers, right? Hook them around your big toes and bend your knees for your feet too. And then think flat back, chest pulls forward using the biceps. So biceps are gently encouraging your upper body is kind of fold in half, but back is really flat. Here's the side view in case that's helpful. And keep your knees as bent as you need. Okay. So keep upper body like this, but you can let head just gently come forward. Take one more breath in. Then exhale, lift upper body back up. Take your arms, reach forward. Walk it forward a little bit. So you do a couple of hip hikes as you make your way to the top of your mat. Once your feet are at the edge of your mat, we'll gently lean back, fast or slow, lowering all the way down onto your back again. As you come down, knees come into your chest, and then find a little motion, side to side, circles. Maybe you circle the knees independently. And the knees together. Left leg on the mat. Take your left hand to right knee, and then gently guide your knee across your body. Right arm reaches way up to the right. Maybe you look to the right. And then just avoid pushing downward on this knee. Just like if you want anything, you could just let your hand kind of rest on the knee for a little extra pressure. Just a really leveraged position. We don't want to add any extra pressure to the lower back. That's enough to deal with, right? We'll inhale and come back to center. Hugging both knees in again. Finding a little bit of movement, kind of reset through the spine. Make sure alignment feels really good. And then we'll change. Right leg will come back down. And then left knee guides gently across the body. Left arm reaches out. Maybe your gaze goes to the left. Inhale back to center. Hugging both knees in. One more time. Take a deep full breath in. Maybe you bring your forehead up to your knees if you like that. And then on the exhale, let everything go. Find a nice relaxed position to lay in. Remember, if it feels better for your lower back, you can always bend your knees and let your knees kind of knock in and your feet walk out. That's really good, especially with all the lower back work we do today. So let's take a couple of deep breaths to let it all go. So breathe in through the belly, let your chest lift, and then open mouth, exhale, let it out. So two more like that. Big full breath in. And exhale it out. One more time, breathe in. And exhale. And slow exhale as you begin to dump back into your body. Moving to your fingers, your ankles. And as you're ready, give your knees another squeeze into your chest. And we'll roll over onto a side, taking a moment here just to rest. Feel the solid ground underneath you. Maybe as the holidays kick up and feel like things get a little bit crazier. Having this reminder that the ground is solid and stable underneath you is always a nice place to come back to if you ever need that. Next inhale, make your way back up to a comfortable seat. And let's take hands together at heart. The light in me honors, values, and surrenders to the light within each of you. Namaste.